You're listening to Menopause Natural Solutions, episode 95, The Health Benefits of Earthing. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause, menopause and beyond. Stay tuned as your host, naturopath Jennifer Harrington, explains how to use natural therapies to find your ultimate health and happiness during your transition. Welcome back. I'm your host, Jen, and I'm based in Sydney, Australia, and I'm currently in lockdown. But don't worry about me. I'm healthy, I'm happy, and I'm making good use of my extra time. One of the ways I've been filling my day is by catching up on my long list of documentaries I've been wanting to watch. Today's documentary was called The Earthing Movie, The Remarkable Science of Grounding. And I do recommend you add this title to your watch list. And I've chosen to discuss earthing, or grounding as some people call it, with you today. I've known about the benefits of earthing for many years, but I didn't realise how far-reaching it is and how appropriate it is for this stage of life. Some of the health benefits include improved sleep, more energy, happier moods, better immune regulation, reduced inflammation, and more. So stay tuned if this sounds like something you would like to add to your life. Earthing is all about direct physical contact with Mother Earth, as this allows the transfer of energy from the ground and into the body. It's so easy. You just need to remove your shoes and socks and stand barefoot outside on a natural surface, such as grass, sand, or dirt. The Earth's surface contains a vast supply of electrons, and we have unfortunately created a barrier to this powerful healing property. And reconnecting with this natural resource has more benefits than you can imagine. Historically, humans walked barefoot and we slept on the ground. There was regular contact with Mother Earth and her abundant free electrons. These electrons are electrically conductive, and all of the body can receive this stabilizing electric flow. The separation we have created started when we no longer slept on the ground, and we cemented our separations in about the 1960s with the invention of rubber or plastic-soled shoes. Since this time, there has been an increase in chronic illness, immune and inflammatory diseases. The benefits of earthing come from either the electrons or the electric rhythm. The electrons are like antioxidants to help remove inflammation and pain. They also help thin the blood and improve the functioning of the immune system. The electrical rhythm helps to reset circadian rhythm and balancing the cortisol and melatonin cycle. This is so important at all stages of life, but especially now when sleep can become increasingly hard to achieve. Our day cycles may become more sleepy and our night cycles more wakeful. During the movie, they mentioned there has been over 21 published peer-reviewed studies on grounding. So after the movie, I jumped onto PubMed to take a look, and the results are so good, they are hard to believe. Let's discuss one of them. This study recruited 60 subjects with chronic pain and sleep issues. They were split into two groups, one with mattress pads connected to the ground outside, and the other group were sham grounded, so they weren't really grounded at all. They measured the time to fall asleep, and 85% of the test group improved compared to only 13% of the control group. They asked the participants to self-assess quality of sleep, and 93% of the test group improved compared to 13% of the control group. The next point blows my mind. 100% of the test group reported waking feeling rested. Who wouldn't like that? Compared to 13% of the control group. In regard to chronic pain, 78% of the test group improved and 0% of the control group improved. Now, this study took place over 30 days. So imagine if in 30 days you could improve the time it took you to get to sleep, the quality of your sleep, and if you could wake feeling refreshed. That just blows my mind. So actually this brings me to an important point. The earthing that I want you to try involves going outside barefoot. You can stand, you can sit, you can walk, or you can even lay down. It's about bare skin on the earth. Start with 30 minutes every day. It can be morning, afternoon, evening, or split up throughout the day, and see if you notice a difference. If you can't commit to that length of time, or if you can't touch the ground because maybe you're in a wheelchair, then there are devices that can help recreate this connection inside your home. Things like grounding mats, bed pads, grounding shoes, pads, and more. Most of the published studies, like the one I mentioned above, use a grounding tool of sorts to be able to collate their results. Personally, I'm going to start with 30 minutes of barefoot walking on Mother Earth. I just love walking barefoot on the grass, but as long as it's not too hot in summer, I also like walking barefoot on the sand, although I can get pretty hot here in Sydney, and I wouldn't be doing that in the peak of summer. I think I'd be finding a nice tree and walking or sitting down even under the tree in the grass and just putting my hands and my feet on earth. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun for me, but if you're not as mobile as I am, I'm actually thinking about buying one of the mattress pads for my stepmom who's recovering from a broken hip. So she's having a lot of issues with pain and a lot of issues with sleep. So you can see that there is options. I always like to start with the free option, but if that's not going to work for you, then we can always get these benefits from using one of the paid devices. But anyway, that's it for me. I was watching the documentary today and thought, how fascinating is this? I want to share it with you all, and please let me know how you go. I always love to hear your feedback, and more recently with the electrolyte episode we had a few weeks back now, that's probably the episode I have heard the most feedback from, that women were trying the electrolytes daily and seeing phenomenal changes. So I'm hoping this episode ends up being something similar, where it's something relatively cheap, free, and easy and accessible for vast majority of us. So let me know how you go. I hope it works wonders. I hope it improves your sleep, gets rid of any pain, improves your immunity, and more. Wishing you a fabulous week, no matter where you are in the world. And I'm here watching my documentaries, twiddling my thumbs. No, I'm not. I'm still busy working, same old for me. So if you do need or want to reach out and have a chat, feel free to book yourself a discovery call, as I would love to chat with you. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a 5-star review.